Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folarin. The political season, it's upon us. But of course, there are rules, and people were doing their best to play by the rules, all of which means that you couldn't really campaign too openly. But then the campaign season takes off from tomorrow. At that time, all, the small, suffering approach, no need anymore. You can pull out all the stops and tell the electorate in your way what it is that you have for them. And they, of course, will be considering and will be making up their minds, which is what the politicians want. So all the parties are going to be involved in this, and we shall see how that shall go. It is expected, according to commentary analysts, that it's going to be a lively one. Quite vigorous. In fact, we expect, maybe we can get a sense from one of our guests this morning, talking about the chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State, Mr. Olukayode Ezekiel Salako. As soon as he can join us, we'll be asking him how preparations are in his party. But I guess we've had enough time to sort of prepare for it, so they shall be unfolding whatever their plans are. As I said, Olukayode Ezekiel Salako is our guest this morning. He's chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State. Now, in election campaigns, there are probably going to be some, key topics that people are going to want to hear about. Well, first of all, I'm told that Mr. Salako is with us, chair of Labour Party in Lagos State, Mr. Olukayode Ezekiel Salako. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Yori Folarin.
Oh, thank you very much.
How are you?
Thank you very much, sir. Fine, thank you very much.
I'm happy to be on your show this morning.
Hey, dear, we're so happy to.
Not as an APC man this time, but the king of Labour Party system in Lagos State.
Indeed. I noticed that you've also, it was to sort of, signify the difference, you've added a middle name that wasn't generally known before. So now the Ezekiel goes with the office of chairman. So happy to have you, Mr. Olukayode Ezekiel Salako, chair of Labour Party in Lagos State. And you said something in there. You said not as how we knew you before. Was it an amicable separation?
Well, it was my personal decision to go and try my luck somewhere else. I had been on that side of the political divide for the many, many years. I didn't find fulfillment. But when I got the offer from Labour Party, it was a very tempting, very irresistible offer. It is an offer that has to do with all I'd ever wanted, for myself in politics. All I feel I deserve.
Okay.
For my political involvement and participation. So I had to leave. I left to be where I am now on my own volition. So I'm all alone here.
I see.
I'm on my own here.
Well, of course.
Here, I'm okay here.
When you say on your own,
the Labour Party system in Lagos State.
Okay, the Labour Party system. When you say on your own, of course, I take that to mean that, first of all, you're not chairman over an empty party. There are, co-travelers, compatriots in the party. So you're in the midst of friends now, I would imagine. I'm trying to understand you're all alone there now.
Yeah, I'm all alone means I'm not representing anybody here.
Okay.
I am representing myself. I'm representing my own interest to to continue to be who I have ever wanted to be in politics.
All right.
I've been in politics for many, many years. I've been in politics for many, many years. And I've worked hard. I've worked hard. So I deserve fulfillment. And that is what I'm getting on the platform of Labour Party right now.
Okay. Now,
as the chairman of the party in Lagos State.
Tell me, how do you find the party? I mean, the vibrancy in the party, talk about that. The readiness of the party, talk about that. And your thoughts. Even though you say you're there for your interests, I imagine as a politician, the state's interest and indeed the country's interest is going to be bigger than any individual interests. That's just my thought, but you can set me right where I'm wrong.
Well, let me interject you there. I beg to interject you that politics is different from governance. There are three elements, of politics. Democracy runs under three elemental processes. Number one is politics. Number two is electioneering. Number three is governance. You go into politics first for your own interests, for the interest that you want to be involved, for the interest that you want to become something good in it. So that when you have the opportunity from politics, you can take part in the election. When you are lucky to win the election, then you can have the constitutional power to form governance, to run governance, to be able to impact either positively or negatively into the lot of the society. You can't just say you want to be in democracy and you just find yourself in governance. No, you have to start from the first stage. The three elemental stages are what I've just told you: politics, electioneering, and governance. So if you don't do politics, your party won't be able to give you tickets. Your political party won't be able to give you tickets to run for election. It is when you get the ticket, the permission to run for election from your party, from your involvement in politics, that you can run for election. It is when you run for election, then you can have and win, that you can have the constitutional power to run governance. It is when you run governance that you can be in control of the resources of your society in order to be able to use it for the people, to implement your agenda for your society. So I am not yet in governance. I can't say I'm in governance because of my interest. No, you are not in governance because of your interest, but you are in politics first because of your own interest. So the stage I am now is a stage where we are still playing the politics in my party, the politics of going into running the election to be able to win, to form the next government in Lagos State. I am very confident that my party, the Labour Party, is the next ruling party in Lagos State.
Okay, in Lagos State.
Of the party right now, as the chairman of the party.
Okay.
That is our mission. We are forming the next government in Lagos State.
Okay.
That is certain. It is divinely orchestrated.
Under the flag bearer.
There is a revolution on my party right now.
Okay, there's a revolution.
Under the flag bearer of architect Gbadebo Rhodes Vival. That is the governorship candidate of the Labour Party.
Architect Gbadebo.
Right now.
I hear you. Okay.
Rhodes Vival.
Now, yeah, well, Gbadebo Rhodes Vival. Yeah. Now, I hear you. And indeed, the governorship election shall come. But the first, as you know, in the series of elections will be in the National Assembly and the presidential. Those are the ones that are going to take off first. And it's like from tomorrow, as you well know, the campaign season will officially be open according to INEC's timetable that's already in the public domain. So how are you feeling about that? And your presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, how are you feeling about, how prepared, well, you say you're new to the party. I don't know if you've been around long enough to understand the groundswell of work, perhaps, that hasn't been done already, you know, to be able to take off with something of a, so to speak, hit the ground running. Are you ready in labor, do you think?
Yes, we are ready. We are ready to go into the election, campaign under the constitutional provisions of the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the dictate of the Electoral Act. You must have observed that you have not started seeing anything about Labour Party outside in the Lagos environment. It is because we are a law-abiding political party. INEC has not said campaign should start. There is even punishment for any political party who starts campaign when INEC hasn't blown the whistle.
Indeed.
We see a lot of recalcitrant, we see some recalcitrant political parties already campaigning before the time for INEC to blow the whistle. There is a punishment for that. There is a punishment for that, and we are thinking of how to respond to that in our own party.
Yeah, because I was going to say that...
we are thinking of how to respond to that.
I was going to say that no such sanction has been announced yet. Everybody seems to have kept their eye on the ball and know that it hasn't landed yet, and so nobody can be kicking any ball, so to speak. So I'm surprised when you say this. All the political parties, you know, appear to have been, you know, doing their best, perhaps with varying degrees of success, to comply and not be in a position to be pulled up by INEC. But you probably know better. You say some people have already started.
Well, yes, as we all can see, the way it has been manifesting in the environment of Lagos. Within the environment of Lagos, we all know that some prominent political parties have been campaigning even before the day the campaign officially is supposed to start.
Okay.
That is lawlessness. That is lawlessness. And any political party that is promising Nigeria better stage in terms of governance, better change, better life. Any political party that is promising Nigeria to do things differently, better.
Okay.
Less. We are not lawless.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Well, yes. It dropped out for a while, but I can hear you now.
Yes, yeah, a call was trying to come in place.
Okay.
A call was trying to come, so I aborted it.
Okay.
So we are going to be starting the campaign in line with the provisions of the INEC Electoral Act, the Electoral Act that is governing how INEC supervises how activities of the election campaign to go. We are going to be starting when INEC says we should start.
Which is tomorrow.
Our materials are ready. We are ready. Our party is ready. And already, our political party is the luckiest.
I hear you. Okay. As I was saying, well, you happen to be...
You said what?
Okay. I was about to say that you find yourself as chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State.
I didn't find myself there. God put me there. God did it for me. He put me
I hear you. Okay, I can rephrase that. You know, I agree with you. It's essentially what I meant, but I can rephrase it, no problem. God has made you.
Okay.
God has made you the chairman of Labour Party in Lagos. It's a dynamic.
One, for that matter, a proud one.
It's a dynamic environment. We were talking about the beginning, the commencement of the campaign season tomorrow. But as I was saying, and as you've just sort of amended, God has put you as the chair of the Labour Party in Lagos. It's a very dynamic environment, as you well know. You fancy your chances then?
Well, when we talk about chances, the only political party that the chance or the chances of winning all its elections are the brightest right now in Nigeria is the Labour Party, because there is a revolution on Labour Party at the moment. Let me tell you this. Whenever there is a revolution, the revolution of the mass movement of the people, majority of the people, on any political platform, go and check your history. That political platform normally wins. It is a revolution that brought in PDP in 1999. The revolution of the fact that Nigerians were tired of the military rule. They wanted democracy desperately at all costs. They started agitating for democracy in 1999. And they voted for PDP. That revolution voted for PDP to go to power. In 2014, Nigerians got tired of PDP's 16 years of, wasted 16 years. They became tired. They started agitating that they wanted a change of platform to try their luck. And it is that revolution that brought in APC. That revolution of 2014 brought in APC. This is 2022. This is 2022. That revolution is on Labour Party again. Nigerians are finding it rough. Their situations are worse than they thought that PDP left it for them in 2014. Nigerians right now are hungrier, they are angrier, they are devastatedly frustrated. They feel miserable right now in their own country. The situation in the country is worse.
Okay. Now, as
the situation in the country, PDP left it. So there is a revolution on my party right now. The same revolution that brought in APC in 2014 is on Labour Party now. It is that revolution.
I think the phone was accidentally knocked over there. No problem. It's not you, it's the phone. So we're sure that you are quite safe. It did look like
hello.
Aha, yeah, we're here. Good. We didn't lose the connection. Hello.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, that revolution has shifted from the head of APC. Nigeria, God himself has removed it. God has heard the cries of Nigerians. God has hearkened to their lamentations. He has removed the revolution from APC. The grace to continue to rule Nigeria has left APC. That grace is now on Labour Party. God has put it on Labour Party now. The revolution is there, and it is that revolution that we vote for Labour Party to be the next ruling party in Nigeria.
Okay.
In Lagos State, and by extension, Nigeria.
All right.
Come February 2023. I am optimistic about it, and I'm confident about it.
Okay.
That my party, the Labour Party, is the next ruling party in Lagos State, and by extension, Nigeria, come next year. Thank you.
Indeed, spoken as a true Labour Party man, not just a Labour Party man, as the Lagos State chair of Labour Party. But
by God's grace, the labor of our heroes past that have continued to be in vain shall not be in vain anymore.
Tell me,
my own labor too.
What
shall
work?
not be in vain. I am going to read from the fruit of my labor.
Okay.
From the platform of the Labour Party, where I'm working right now, come by next year, I will start reaping the fruit of my labor.
All right. That's all good and well. But one very important point
Thank you.
for labor, no doubt that you will be seeking to explain to the electorate is the charge or allegation that your party doesn't really have a structure to speak of, and such being the case, elections are thought to be difficult to win. But, you know, give me your thoughts on that, because that's something, first of all, Labour Party members themselves even, you know, highlight the point as a sort of positive, say, you know, there shall be surprises or whatever. But tell me, you know, as a seasoned politician yourself, this charge of no structure to speak of, how important do you think that's going to be in your, that is Labour Party's electioneering campaign?
Let me tell you for a fact that once there is a revolution on any political party, that revolution normally stands as the structure of that party. It is that revolution that will make it happen. That revolution is the structure. And what is behind that revolution is the resolve of the people to make the change. They are tired. They want a change of political platform. That is the revolution. And what drives the revolution is the collective mission of the people, human beings. It is human beings that are always behind such kind of revolution. Those human beings are enough. We have enough of them on the platform of Labour Party right now. And more are still being attracted to the Labour Party platform every other day. The population of the people that will vote, that will drive the structural organogram of that revolutionary victory is building. As I speak, we have more than 5 million Nigerians, Lagosians, that are waiting, anxiously waiting to vote for my party in the governorship and presidential elections in Lagos State by next year. And I am sure that before the election time, more and more Lagosians would have been converted to our side. We would have more than 10 million voters. These are the people that are the structures. They are the ones that make up the structures. All we are doing with our party platform is just to continue to use our experience of political party administration to continue to organize those human beings, those passionate human beings, anxious human beings, resolute human beings, you know, inside that revolution. We are organizing them.
All right.
Into the organogramic structure of the party.
All right.
To deliver victory for the party by next year.
All right.
Those human beings are there. They are the structure. We are organizing them. We are deploying them as tools into all the various areas where they are going to be useful to vote for the party, defend the vote of the party, canvass for the party, monitor the vote, drive the process, control the process, supervise the process, and make sure that the votes of the Labour Party counts by next year.
All right.
The victory that we are already celebrating in advance. We are already celebrating victory in our party in advance.
I see.
Comrade Olukayode Ezekiel Salako.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Comrade. I hear you. Comrade instead of Mr. I took that correction. Thank you very much, Comrade. Comrade Olukayode Ezekiel Salako, chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State. And, you know, the candidate of Labour Party in Lagos State, well, he just told us his architect, Badebo. Yeah, that's the chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State, right? No. I'm told that it was a misspeak. I'm told I said candidate. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say candidate, but I was going to speak about the candidate. Maybe that's where the confusion came from. The chairman is definitely Comrade Olukayode Ezekiel Salako, the chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State. But I was going to go on and say the candidate is architect Gbadebo Rhodes Vival, as you told us. Now, yes. I was going to ask you.
And that is the next governor of Lagos State.
Let's talk about that a bit. Let's talk about that a bit because you yourself know the lie of the ground in Lagos. You know, without really beginning any campaigning. But I was wondering, you probably are saying that you're not intimidated by, shall we say, the stature of the incumbent and the level of, shall we say, achievements that have, been that the incumbent party and governor have, because you say that you actually are already celebrating. I don't know. I would have thought that people would have known that it's a serious job, and at least you won't start celebrating until you get your hands dirty a bit.
Well, revolutions don't get intimidated. Revolutions intimidate the status quo. They want to change. When a revolution wants to change a status quo, it is that status quo, it is that revolution which intimidates the status quo, not the other way around. I have told you, and I'm saying it, that there is a revolution, a divinely orchestrated revolution. It is God himself who did it on the platform of my party right now. That revolution is not intimidated because that is the same way it was in 2014 when APC said, when the people said they wanted to use APC to change the situation, the platform. The same thing is what is happening now. Nigerians are saying they are tired of APC. They are tired of PDP. They are tired of the regular platforms. They have tried and that have not changed their situation. That they are tired of it. Nigerians are saying they want to change. And that is a revolution.
And so
the time... Why should the revolution be intimidated?
From tomorrow, you'll begin to roll out what it is you're going to be doing differently. When the time for governorship the election comes, what you're going to be doing differently. But as we know, the presidential shall come first. But it's an interesting one.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Good morning, hello. Ada in Jos.
I'm kept it for too long. It's Ada calling from Jos, Plateau State.
Good morning, madam. Please go ahead.
Good morning, yes. Okay, now I say good morning to your guest, the chairman of the Labour Party. I agree with him. It's a revolution.
Yeah, good morning.
Let me tell you something. They are talking about structures. Structures, some of the political parties is sharing money, rice and beans, and what have you. We have passed that stage. I mean, that is the youth are the structure. They have formed a formidable structure that can turn things around. Nigeria is blessed with resilient youth who are now wiser and have vowed to reject their shishi. Their slogan now is enough is enough. Our mumu don't do. We want to take our country back. They have resolved not to allow anybody influence their choice of voting for a competent and visionary leader who can cut down the cost of governance. The only one that can achieve this is the one who is frugal in spending and has zero tolerance for a extravagant lifestyle because it's not in his DNA. We need a competent leader who can sincerely fix the myriad of problems in the nation today, which has made it difficult for youth to survive. Once this is achieved, the crime rate will drastically reduce. Crime is better fought by addressing issues that fuel it. The presidential flag bearer will be in Jos tomorrow. We can't wait to receive him in Jos. God bless this country. Everybody should know that those who show up are those who determine the winner. So people should go out and vote. Our votes will count this time. By God's grace, it will count. John F. Kennedy said, the ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. Let them keep peace, for man does not live by bread alone. Nigerian youth, you are a formidable force and structure that can make the organic movement change the course of history. Adhere to principles by remaining focused and you will win. God bless this country. Let's not give up on Nigeria. It will get better.
Thank you very much, Ada, for calling in. Comrade Salako, that was a pleasant call-in, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm still here.
I know you're there. You heard, did you hear that contributor?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She has spoken the mind, exactly the mind of the prevalent revolution that is on my party right now. APC has benefited from the revolution. PDP has benefited. It is the time of my party to benefit from the same revolution. Go and write it down.
Okay, indeed.
Go and write it down.
Okay.
The Labour Party is the next ruling party in Lagos State.
Okay.
And in Nigeria.
Let's listen to another caller. Mazi Okorafo, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, our guest. Well, we thank God today is Tuesday, but tomorrow is a campaign proper. Now, there is a very important thing we have to look into Nigeria. The question now is, how many youths are ready to go and vote? And I'm just calling on political parties and the youths, which they belong. Do not allow anybody to use you as a weapon of mass destruction. We are going to give you all these illicit drugs to take. That is why I'm calling on NDLA. Please, all those places that they sell all these illicit drugs, go there now and scatter those places before they start campaign. Because when you start campaign, you see some youthful ones that are supposed to be doing something. They'll be sitting inside booth. They'll be carrying themselves, sitting on top of the buses, which is not heard. That is not campaign. The campaign is what we talk. Campaign is grassroots, educate Nigerians how to vote and why they should vote for their own party as you wish it. Not a question of going to, when you take all this in, you start fighting one another because as Nigerians have to be very careful. This political assassination is not healthy. Because in Nigeria, history has shown, and research has shown that during campaign, you see a lot of assassination. Very careful because it is not healthy for Nigeria. Thank you very much, Pastor Krafo from Abia State. Good morning, Sayuri.
Thank you very much for calling in, Amazi Okoroafo. Comrade Salako, you heard that.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. You heard that. Any reaction?
Yes. Let me correct one notion that this revolution is about only the youth of Nigeria. No. It is about all Nigerians, different class of ages of Nigerians that are tired, fed up with the way governance has been handled or is being handled in their country. They are tired with the way the economy is. They are tired with the security situation. Let me shock you, Mr. Yori, that because of the security situation in this country, I have not traveled from Lagos to anywhere by road in the past 3-4 years. I have not done that. If I must travel, it must be by air. That is how bad the situation of insecurity is. As I'm talking to you right now, they are kidnapping people in different parts of the country. And they are slaughtering people.
So not that crime. The solution to
doing whatever they like with people.
The solution to the crime situation is going to be high up on Labour's agenda.
No, definitely. The Labour Party is coming with a new deal. You know, this is the party of the umbrella movement of the Labour Union in Nigeria. The Labour Union is the parent of the Labour Party. So, Labour Party is more or less like the political party for all Nigerians that are earning that are earning responsible means of livelihood, that are working.
Okay. So the point being that it's not just youths.
You know, through dignity of labor.
So the point being that it's not just youths, which is, I think, that's what you wanted to.
It's not just the youth.
Okay.
Let me tell you, those are going to be voting for Labour
Mr.
Party.
Joshua in Irewole is standing by. Let's hear from Mr. Joshua, who called in from Irewole. Good morning, sir.
Uncle Yori, good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling.
I would only be talking for Nigeria, and I would passionately appeal to the chairman of Labour Party in Lagos State to appeal to his young people, the youth population, to see this as a contest, not a conquest, because it's politics. Politics is a game of numbers, as people will campaign, present their programs to the public, and the public will be free to choose who exactly they want to be their leader. So I think we should be talking about politics of playing fairly and squarely with other political parties. I don't see revolution as this revolution seems to be talking more about something very, very, tending towards anarchy, like you are hijacking something from other people.
Although he can speak for himself, I would guess before he speaks that he's talking about an ideological revolution.
Yes, I understand. I would also like him to please, if he is in the public, especially in the media, some people tend to take it as a militant revolution, where if you don't play by a game, if you don't accept what you are saying, then you are doomed. So at this time, while they are basking in the euphoria of their revolution, he should also be using his office as a chairman to be appealing to the youth to calm tempers, that politics is about campaigning with ideological submissions, and whatever is acceptable to people should be what everybody will be happy with.
All right.
So not a forceful kind of a thing where we are seizing power. No, it's not done that way. Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. Joshua. Comrade Salako, first of all, maybe you want to react to the matter of the whole revolution talk could be misunderstood. Do you fear that if communication is not very, very clear?
You see, let me tell you the truth.
Sure.
Whenever there is a revolution in town, it is always about the mass movement of the people, their wishes, what they want, and they're always aggressive about it. What is happening about the revolution that is on Labour Party right now, the obedient Nigerians revolution, was the same way in 2014. The revolution was even wider in 2014. Go and do your research. I was part of it. I was an actor. It was wider. It was fiercer in 2014. The noise was even more than this. So the youth that are saying they want a change of status quo, it is, reserves their right to go about it the way they feel will make the ruling party, the current ruling party, to get the warning that they must not tamper with their wishes by February next year.
Yeah, but it's going to be a contest of ideas. Chairman, it's going to be a contest.
Definitely. You see,
it's going to be a contest of ideas.
It is not those youths you are talking about that are in the contest. It is the candidate of the party. The candidate of the party are going to be talking to you about their ideas. And the youths who are driving the revolution are going to be expressing themselves the way they feel they could continue to send the signal across.
So maybe leaders like the suggestion from that last caller was that leaders like you, therefore, might have the duty to be calming people down so that they don't fall into any misunderstanding of this concept of an ideological sort of a revolution, unless they begin to think.
Let me tell you this, please. it is even not like this the way it was 2014. It's better. This revolution is a responsible one. We've not seen youths, running after themselves in some environment in Lagos. We've not seen some youths, handing themselves down. They are only on social media expressing themselves.
All right.
They have the right to
I hear what you're saying. Let me bring in Matthew. Matthew has called in from Lekki. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you very much for calling.
Yeah, I love what we're talking about today. And we've been talking about the campaigns. It is here. It is here with us. Fact is, this is the time we will get to see the real crowd. We will get to see the real people on the streets talking for their candidates. It is not about social media or social media abuse. And I understand what it takes to be somebody who knows what the process entails. So for the fact that we've been seeing all the cries, that does not necessarily mean that Nigerians are not tired. We are tired. We want a system that works. We want a system that speaks for the people, a system that protects the rights of the people. But it is not the way that some people have been taking it over time on social media. Campaigns should provide us the opportunity to see the real crowd, the real followership. It is not all that propaganda we get to see on social media and the rest. Whether you like it or not, you will see people are being bought with money, and as the case may be. But fact is, Nigerians want a system that works. We know people that we will put there to make the system work. And if it works for the generality of Nigerians and not for a few. I wouldn't want to mention where I belong to in this campaign, but it goes beyond social media agitation. When the campaign starts, when the candidates start going to different areas to speak on their programs, their objectives, people will get to see what crowd really entails. So Labour Party should calm down. We know what we are talking about. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for calling in, Matthew. Matthew from Lekki there.
Labour Party that is agitating. It is a revolution. When the people are tired of their situation, you can't teach them how to comport themselves, how to express it. This is the way it was in 2014. And it is the same revolution that made APC to lose Osun State. It is the signal of that revolution that made APC to lose Osun State. And APC should be getting ready to lose Lagos State, because my party is going to be the next ruling party come by this time next year. We know what is on ground. We have our dynamics, we have our strategies, and we know all the indices, indicators in the indices that will be working for us. If I want to start telling you about the 10 attributes of my governorship candidate that will make him to win the election.
Okay. I hear you, Chairman.
10 attributes. 10 attributes.
Okay,
I hear you, Chairman. Candidate that will make Lagosians to vote.
I hear you. Let me bring in another caller, this time from the UK. Ade in the UK. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Yori. I was waiting for campaign to start. That's why I didn't call it since all these days. But I will see what is going on now. I believe that whoever God chooses it will be our president next year. God will choose president for us by next year by the grace of God. That one I believe. God will not give us somebody we'll be lamenting over, or they will be killing our people and will be in London for 2-3 months on sick bread. We don't want that. But God will choose for Nigeria. That's the prayer we are praying now. No, we can't say this is the party, this is the party, but we leave it for God to choose. When we are doing our election here, Sunak, everybody predicted Sunak. Even the man who predicted Nigeria, I forgot his name, Olabayo, he said Sunak will win. Here and behold, Liz was our prime minister now. It's our prime minister now. So God is the one that will choose for Nigeria so that we all this pain we are going through will cease to exist. That's my prayer for Nigeria. And that will surely happen. People might be thinking this is the man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ade, calling in from the UK. Comrade Salako, one thing that is known even before the elections.
Olukayode.
Yes, can you hear me? I was going to say I have
can
to
hear
go.
you.
I have to go imminently, but I was going to ask you to comment on one thing that people know about your party and your presidential flag bearer is that he's a very frugal, thrifty person, and I believe that he's been speaking.
I can't hear you properly. The volume is low.
You can't hear us properly. I was good. Somebody was.
I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying that your flag bearer, your presidential flag bearer, is known to be a frugal person. So he's also known to be a supporter, I think, of a lean government. All of those ideas, will they be translating down, do you think, so that other people like your candidate in Lagos might be expressing those kind of ideas as well?
That my presidential candidate, His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi, the next president of Nigeria, by God's grace, that he is frugal with money, doesn't mean he won't spend. He won't spend to run his election, to win his election. He's a politician. He has run for election before. He did it in Anambra State. If he didn't spend in Anambra, he won't become the governor. To spend for election is different from to be spending wastefully, to be spending recklessly. What people don't understand about Peter Obi is that he doesn't spend recklessly. He doesn't spend anyhow.
All right.
He spend to achieve. So our political party is going to be in the election. Our political party is going to be in the campaign, and we are going to be campaigning with fresh programs. The program of the labor movement in Nigeria.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there, Comrade Salako. We really have to leave it there. But I did want to, for you to express your idea fully. I want to express our appreciation to you, Comrade Olukayode Ezekiel Salako, Chair of Lagos Labour Party in Lagos State. Thank you very much once again. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you, maybe some of those instances in studio here. Well, that's our program today. Our guest was the chair of Labour Party, and we do seize the opportunity to invite other parties to please come forward and let's talk about their aspirations. We want to hear it. That's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I'm Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.